Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Estancia Lapacho map with me. We're starting a new day. I'm just doing me breakfast and stuff and things, or I've been having me breakfast and raspberry and passion. They must be like some kind of drinks or something. Anyway, we are back on the farm, if I can remember how to get out of the house. What has changed? Or what's in the process of changing since the last episode doodary thing? Let's have a quick look. We've got grass. Nothing's actually grown. I think that's because of the fact that I'm playing on, obviously, on the slow growth scale thing. I was quite surprised that growth stages weren't advanced overnight. So that's a bit of an issue. I've had some more problems with the save not loading and stuff, so I've had to replay a few little bits and pieces. So what I've done to try and counteract the saving issue, I've enabled the autosave. I've played most of the series without the autosave feature being enabled, but I've decided to enable it to see if we can get a few saves. So if the save does screw up for whatever reason, I don't end up losing a full 24 hours flipping play that I've then got to try and recreate. My grass field, I've ploughed it, limed it, I've joined it together. You may have noticed I joined it together, so it's now one field, and I've seeded it. I've also gone round it with the culti plough to put a bit of headland on it. I've extended it out this far to here as well. I've made it a little bit wider, and as I say, it's all nicely joined together. I've taken a little bit off of here to give vehicles a little bit more room to manoeuvre and turn around, so they don't keep crashing into my shed or the trees or the fence. I did place the Christmas tree. I don't know whether that was a sensible thing to do, because apparently it plays music if you get close to it, which then gets you copyright flagged on YouTube. Great move by the mod maker and Giants to release such a tool. The only mod changes in today's episode is there is now an official version of the disable camera collision mod. So I've replaced the unofficial mod that I was using for that feature with the now official Giants version. So yeah, I've come along here as well. I've taken this back a step. I know it was all joined up to here with grass, but I've taken it back a little bit to again give vehicles a chance of turning round without encroaching in the road. Although I have noticed, and you may have noticed this as well, vehicles tend to stop when vehicles are working this field. As soon as they get near the end of this field, the traffic in the road actually seems to stop, which is a bit weird. I bought a new big tanker over there, water tank. I've moved the other one back to look after the horses, dedicated to the horses, and obviously because I've got 3 animals in this area, or I'm going to have 3 lots of animals in this area, I figured it was going to be useful to have a big water tank. Right. Oh, the sheep are working, by the way. We've got 4 pallets. Oh, it did actually fill the box properly, so whatever issue I had earlier on in the Let's Play, when I had the sheep over by the main sort of farm area, that's been resolved and fixed, and is now working correctly. They do spawn 4 pallets of wool before they start complaining that they have no room. Give them a quick clean up because they're mucky. Job's a good un. Job's a good un. So what I may do, I may crank the crop growth time back up a bit, just while I'm doing things like this around the farm. I need to go do the pigs as well, don't we? I've got all 3 conveyor belts in place. Put them back. I've had to buy these so many times because of the save issue. Ridiculous. That belt doesn't appear to be moving to me. There we go. Back it up slightly. There we are. Bean piggies. I have to get them some straw. They're getting through the straw fairly quickly. Let's check on their production. Oh, good healthy pile of manure. Can't tell how much slurry we've got. I don't think it tells me. No, it doesn't tell you how much you've got stashed. Sawmill has its great demand on for wood chips, so this is probably the day where I set about removing all the trees from the top of field 10, 11 and that one there, but of course I haven't bought the fields again in this save. What we're going to do, we're going to quickly water the sheep and the pigs. And nicely watered up. So yeah, I've got a placeable Christmas tree. Not very useful now in January, but it adds a little bit of decor to the map, one would argue. Your fault. The pigs should drink a bit more, I would have thought, than the sheep, because obviously the sheep are also going to get water from their grass. They're going to get hydration from their food source, whereas the pigs will not. Well, there's the official Giants camera mod. There's also another one that they released, which I haven't got installed or haven't got activated, which is the player action cam, something like that. Which allows you to move the camera to like different positions and stuff like that. What am I checking on? Food needs. Pigs need some straw. Piggies are needing straw. The horses all look to be okay. Horses are alright. So we'll just disconnect. Oh, no. So this is what you've got to watch with this. It really requires a truck to pull that. You can get the dolly. I'm not a big fan of dollies normally. I think me tippy wagon's over here. Get that washed as well at some point. Drive rail past the root crop storage shed. Drive past our bales. Bit awkward place to leave the bales. I'll have to come up with a better solution of how and where to store silage bales. Right. Honestly don't think they need this much straw. Better to be safe than sorry. Fit that in there. Yeah, they didn't need a lot, did they? Excuse me for coughing. So yeah, we've got the I've got some of the area I've also tried. I've took a bit of land back from the this field. There is grass growing on it. Don't worry. But I have kind of put a headland back on it. Because I noticed when any vehicles got down here, they kind of slowed down because of obviously the shed and the pressure washer. And obviously because we're running the new Estancia texture map mod thing, which again Giants was kind enough to release on the mod hub, we now get the proper dirt texture showing up on the vehicles, so we get this nice red sort of clay look on all the vehicles, which stands out a lot more than the dirt from the Ravenport and Felsbrunn maps. But it does mean that now, because the dirt is a heck of a lot more visible because it's this red clay, I'm going to have to power wash my vehicles more frequently, otherwise they're going to look a right state. Right, that'll do. I think this is collectively becoming like my vehicle dumping ground, trailer dumping ground. Oh, the grass has popped in. The grass has popped in. That's fantastic. Because that means I can now get the sprayer going. And the reason I've got to get the sprayer going is because after ploughing and liming and all that jazz, malarkey, there's a little bit that's not been fertilised. So, this just makes sure that that bit gets done. We get maximum yieldage. Now we take him back to the shed. It's literally the only reason he was out here. Was to do that little bit. Now I have got some pallets. People will say, you've got pallets of fertiliser. I have got pallets of fertiliser. You're quite right, I've got a load of pallets of fertiliser. Why have I got loads of pallets of fertiliser? Well, I will tell you now. When I was doing the ploughing of that field, 14 and 15, I thought I'd be a bit efficient and follow behind the plough with the lime spreader. Oh yes. And then I could get the seeder going behind that. Obviously, I ran out of lime. Because I guess I was quite annoyed still. I was still in that kind of angry mind frame because of all the save game issues I'd had when I was playing yesterday. And I recorded the last video where I was telling you about those issues. I wasn't really concentrating. So when I brought the fertiliser, when I brought the Bradle up to refill it, like a flipping idiot, I drove over here, didn't I, and filled it with fertiliser, instead of going to the lime station over there and filling it with lime. So I've ended up buying a load of fertiliser that I didn't need, because obviously that thing holds 18,000 litres. So I've left them here, and I will try to remember to use that to fill the seeders and the little fertiliser spreader as and when we need it. I think everything else is pretty good to go at this point. We've got the... Again, I've lost count of how many times I've washed this combine and the headers because of the save issues. Really not fun. I hope... I did see that it was reported on the Giants Bug Forum, but they don't seem to be able to reproduce it on new saves, and I don't think it's a problem on new saves. I think it's a problem for people like me, saving, autosave's doing its job, who have currently 156 hours on this one map. You know, for people who've put in a lot of time on one, I think that's the thing. It's the growth, if you like. Once you've put a lot of time and done a lot of work on a map, there's going to be issues, I think. We've had some crops pop in. Hello. Hello, horses. Doing well. No crops have appeared. Are you harvestable by any chance? You're ready to harvest? Okay. Let's go back and have a look then. 2, 3, and 7 and 8. So we've got what? Okay, we've got a choice. We can do corn or we can do canola, 2 fields of canola. I think we'll start... Well, actually, we'll start with the corn because the harvester's like positioned perfectly for it. But yes, there's the introduction to the episode. Sorry for that. Had to clear my throat, top of my chest. I could feel there was something there that's probably very nasty, so I just had to shift it because it was starting to affect my voice. Right. So yes, crops are growing. So yes, I'm currently debating. And do you know what I'm going to do? Whilst we're working the field, crank that up to normal. Do a save. Because saving frequently might be the key to avoiding this save bug, or at least giving me a fighting chance against the save issues. Does one thing I do notice about this new texture mod thing. The vehicles do tend to pick up dirt a lot faster, especially on the wheels. As soon as I've driven up here, just to this field to start field, and I've driven up pretty much on the path, so I've not driven across fields. The tyres are already mucky. Right, we'll set the worker running, who looks like a cheap knockoff version of me, and then we need to get a vehicle that can pull. Are we going tippy truck, or are we going to go for the pace setter? Let's have a look. How are we going to do this? Let's have a look. Corn situation. We've nearly filled our silo, in all fairness. 300,000 litres, so we're probably not going to be able to fill. So tempted to take the pace setter. I really am. Let's be sensible. Before we make any rash decisions, let's check the pricing. Who's offering the best prices at the minute? Well, transport company is offering quite a bit. we've got canola, haven't we? Now, if we're gonna use the transport company as our sell point, then definitely the pay setter is going to be our choice of vehicle. If we was going to the harbour, the pay setter would probably be our choice of vehicle. The only place where that becomes a little bit of an issue is if it's the bakery, because trying to reverse this into that little area up that ramp is not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. You probably can't use this, or I probably can't use this if we have to sell at the bakery, because I will struggle to get this trailer reversed into there, especially with it having 2 tip points front and back. I'm not sure if you can actually reverse the trailer far enough without hitting that loading bay. I don't know if you can actually get the front tip point over the sell point and get it registered properly. Right, what we'll do then, we'll drive down and then we'll meet him coming back, I think is the plan. Like I say, I would like to buy these fields, but I don't really want the cotton harvest. I don't want to do the cotton harvest, so I'll wait until they've harvested. I think field 10's only got grass on it anyway, if I remember right. As indeed. You know what? I'm going to buy field 10 then, as it's only got grass on it. That's not a problem for us. I've spent 251 grand, so yeah, we kind of do need to make a fair bit of money today out of our harvests. Come on. Come on. Nearly full grain tank, right, so you're going to need unloading. I also thought about looking down another shed building somewhere, just to park our trailers and stuff in, like the pace setter and the trailer. And I was wondering about doing it down here somewhere. Not got a lot of space now. That's the only problem. I've laid this out. I didn't really put them mower sheds in a great position. Could have come more towards the roadway, I would have thought. That would have given me a bit more room to have maybe a drive-through shed. Drive-through sheds would have also given me somewhere to store the bales. Yeah. He's going to turn around first, which is not a problem. Gonna fill this thing. We may fill this thing. Trailer is gonna wind up full. There's no question of that. Still not finished the field. Probably about 2/3 of the way through it now. Pleased to bought the trailer upgrade, the truck and trailer upgrade, because that is going to come in very useful. Farm looks nice and pretty though, doesn't it? You've got to admit, it does look good, our farm. Come along quite a lot since when we first started. That's what happens when you put in, you know, the work like I have done in this series. You don't make progress and you achieve things, which is, you know, an odd thing, especially this week when a lot of higher, if you like, higher profile YouTubers who have way more subscribers and followers and viewers than me are jacking in their Let's Plays because they're not making any progress. Well, you've done like 20 episodes. You've only done 20 episodes, which is half of what I've done. You've played on start from scratch mode. You wasted all your initial starting budget building sheds and stuff instead of buying fields and equipment to work those fields. And you're not actually working. You're faffing about in your videos. You're not actually getting on and growing crops and harvesting crops and selling crops. You're not doing contract work. You know, how do you expect to make money in start from scratch mode if you're not going to put in the time and the effort? And then they turn around and go, oh, I'm not making any progress, so I'm cancelling the series. Or, oh, I don't like this map, I'm going to wait till there's a mod map and then I'm going to start playing. again, start a new series. Well, who's going to watch a series on a mod map if you can't finish it on a vanilla one? I'm certainly not going to invest, 20 odd hours watching videos for you to then turn around on the mod map and go, oh, I'm not making any progress, this game's too hard, I'm giving up. And I could see this map, trying to hit 10 million, as well as getting the achievements for breeding the sheep, pigs and cows. I could see us being close to 60 episodes, I would think, maybe, in this series alone. It's not a quick game, this. This is not something you can just pick up, play and get instant gratification. It's like farming in real life. You're not going to get instant gratification from it. It's going to take a lot of time and, hours of your labour and graft before you get any kind of reward. Too many snowflakes in the world today. Want everything instantly without having to work for it. Get Mr. Plough running at this point. We get Mr. Plough up and running. We should quite happily plough all this field. Gonna crush that crop over there. I'm not coming back for like all sticks of corn. 4 ears. 5 maybe. 157 grand near enough. 158 grand we got from that. I'm going to do very quickly, hook up the quali disc, take a bit off the top of that field if I can get out of the shed without hitting everything. I don't think it's quite straight because of the way that sprayer has missed a tiny little bit along the top of the field. I know when we seed it, it doesn't like it, does it? I'm going to take off massive amounts. I don't want to match it up with this field because I think it's, yeah, it's longer than this field. That is why. Oh, I'll drop him down. Let the worker drive in a straighter line than I could ever do. And that'll give him a bit more room then. When the vehicles are working top to bottom, they'll definitely have more room to turn around. We don't need to fertilise anything, do we? The grass is growing. How's the animals? Bit of savage going on there. Okay. Cleanliness keeps taking a bomb. corn, wheat, barley, soybeans, canola, sunflowers. Might need to start thinking about maybe giving them some food. We're up to 95 pigs. They reproduce every hour and 45 minutes. Yeah. How's the wool situation? Only one pallet, that's alright. Not going to worry about that then. Piggies make a mess. One of the things I've also got to think about and be conscientious of is obviously getting slurry out of there isn't a problem. You buy a slurry tanker to transport slurry, which I think holds 32,000 litres. The manure's a bit different. I may need to get another like conveyor belt thing. Like that, which is a bit bigger that you can unfold. Position it about here so I can drive it into the manure thing, and then have trailers and fill the trailers, and then I can take it straight over to the biogas plant and sell it. People will say, well, why don't you use the manure to fertilise your fields and save on fertiliser costs? Same with slurry. Yes, you can do that if you're producing absolute tons of the stuff, which I'm probably not going to do based on the fact I've only got one pig pen and I've only got one cow shed. For people who have multiple pens and are producing, you know, tons of stuff, yeah, definitely. But then at the same time, if they're having tons of chickens and pigs and cows, and basically doing their farm on livestock, they're probably not crop farming. Would be my guess. So they probably don't need a lot of manure and slurry. They're probably not, you know, working a lot of fields if they're spending a lot of their time looking after livestock. But another reason why is for the fact I can sell the manure and slurry to the biogas plant, which is obviously worth quite a bit of money. You know, 1,500 quid a litre, sort of thing, 1,000 litres. And after a couple of days, after having sold it to the biogas, what I can do, I can go back there and I can pick up digestate, which is like the waste product produced by the biogas facility as it's processing the slurry and manure, and I can use that to spread on my fields as fertiliser. I can fertilise my fields with digestate, and that's free. The waste product is free. The biogas plant wants you to take it off their hands, so they give it away for free. So it's a win-win situation. Sell your manure and slurry, make money from it, then get the digestate for free, spread it on your fields, and save yourself a bit of money on fertiliser in the long run. Whoosh. That's got all that delivered. Ready to take to the store to sell it. Ready to take to market, as they say. All grass, look, all that grass is growing. Be ready to harvest soon. I may invest in a crone harvester rather than muck about with the because the crone harvester will windrow at the same time as it mows. So a bit more practical. He's quite happy cultivating. Well, she is. It's not our favourite worker, but I don't think we've got one of them hired today. Or me. That's a dude, so bit of a sausage fest day, I think, on the farm today. Right, well at this point I will end the episode here and say thank you all for watching. I hope you'll remember to leave a like on the video. Please do so, it helps me out tremendously. If you've got any comments, suggestions, feedback, questions, etc., please drop them in the comment section down below. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you're not already doing so. And I will see you all again very soon with another fantastic video. Goodbye for now.